Ukrainian Neptune anti-ship missile. Not only can it destroy the Moskva, can also destroy the S-400 air defense system. Neptune missile made its name. That was last April. Moskva, flagship of the Russian Black Sea Fleet. Midnight. Hit by two Neptunes launched from land by Ukraine. He was buried at the bottom of the Black Sea the next day. Various air search radars equipped on the Moskva, plus a variety of anti-aircraft weapons. All are invalid. On the one hand, it allows people to see quality of Russian weapons manufacturing. On the other hand, it also allows us to see the true strength of Ukraine's independent research and development of Neptune. Neptune was originally an anti-ship missile. The mission is to fight warships. But recently, Ukraine has upgraded its Neptune missiles. Can attack land targets. And Neptune's first target. No one else. It's Russia. The so-called most advanced air defense weapon S-400. The video we are seeing now. It will be published online in mid-August. Ukraine uses Neptune anti-ship missiles. Destroyed Russian S-400 air defense system. This S-400 in the video. They were blown to pieces and their bodies were not intact. Can be seen. S-400 is deployed in near a Russian military base. The original mission was to provide air defense protection. As a result, he became a target. News about Neptune missile destroying S-400. It has been confirmed by many parties. Recently, an article published on the American War Zone website. Personnel from the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense told the War Zone. August 23. Kiev officially uses improved Neptune missiles. Hit the western part of the Crimean Peninsula. S-400 air defense system. The official also added, Ukraine plans to use Neptune in the future. Ground attack type attack on Moscow and other targets in Russia. Days before the official statement, Secretary of the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, Danilov said, a new Ukrainian missile hits an S-400. However, he did not elaborate at the time what type of weapon was used. Now the truth has been revealed. That was developed by Ukraine itself. Improved version of Neptune missile. The Neptune missile was originally a subsonic cruise missile. Maximum speed does not exceed Mach 1. However, such a subsonic cruise missile actually destroyed Russia's most advanced S-400. Visible Russian S-400. How big is this bullshit? S-400 is known as the world's the most advanced anti-aircraft missile. Its range can reach 400 kilometers. It is said that 96 missiles can be fired in a salvo. Intercept 48 targets simultaneously. It can launch short range, medium range, long range, low altitude, medium altitude, high altitude and other types of missiles. Create a high-low match. Let us share with you a few articles. Chinese community's evaluation of S-400. For example, this article from People's Daily. The title is called Russian S-400 surface-to-air missile surpasses US Patriot. The subtitle is known as the best-performing air defense system in the world today. Let's look at this article now. It really makes people laugh out loud. Russia uses what is known as the world's most powerful hypersonic weapon dagger. The terminal speed can reach more than Mach 10. It also has the so-called maneuverable orbit change capability. Russia fires 9 daggers. Saturation attack on US Patriot missiles guarding Kiev. In the end, the Patriots were fine. All daggers were intercepted. Russia claims to be the world's most powerful anti-aircraft weapon, the S-400. Facing Ukraine, there are no more than Mach 1 subsonic cruise missile. But he was accurately hit and blown up. These examples vividly tell us what exactly is a paper tiger. If you look at paper data, Dagger hypersonic missile. Terminal speed reaches Mach 10. Russian and Chinese experts have stated many times that the missile is not interceptable. As a result, he was intercepted by the Patriots. Some weapons of Russia and China. It's easy to say anything if you don't go to the battlefield. Performance can be boasted at will. But once on the battlefield, the secret will be revealed in no time. Let's go back to this time Neptune hit the S-400. Analyze it from a technical perspective. How Neptune destroyed the S-400. Why did the S-400 fail to intercept successfully? I think the greatest possibility. It's a Russian radar. Insufficient detection capabilities for low-altitude flying targets. Neptune as an anti-ship missile. Its main focus is sea-skimming flight. Can fly at an altitude of 10 to 20 meters above sea level. Russian warship approaching. That's why last April, Moskva was hit by Neptune. All the weapons and equipment on the ship showed no response. Because the Moskva, no detection of Neptune's arrival at all. Not even a single anti-aircraft missile was launched. This directly explains Russian and Soviet-era radar. For sea-skimming flights, low-flying targets. Detection capabilities suffer from major deficiencies. Let's take the tank as an example again. When Sweden bought tanks in the 1990s, at that time, various countries were invited to send main battle tanks. Among them is the Russian T-80. This tank is similar to the American M1 Abrams. Gas turbine engines are used. So full of motivation. Swedes say, yes, this tank is indeed very powerful when driven. Runs very fast too. But there are several shortcomings. First, I can't reverse. The speed is too slow. This is mainly because Russian gearbox technology is not up to par. Reverse speed is too slow. And the driver's field of vision is very limited when reversing. At the same time, this tank has insufficient night combat capabilities. Even because the night fighting equipment was broken. Unable to complete night battle test. So you take a look. T-80 tank. A lot of paper abilities are really good. The engine power is large enough. Fast enough. But some crucial details. Driver's view. Reverse speed. Night fighting ability. Completely failed. And these details are often crucial in battle. We finished complaining about Soviet and Russian equipment. Looking back at Ukraine's Neptune. Last year Neptune destroyed the Moskva. This year Neptune destroyed the S-400. Transformed from anti-ship missile to ground attack version. Missiles need to be upgraded. The main part is to use the terrain matching system. Missile flying over sea level. There will be no big changes in their ups and downs. You just need to keep a certain height. But if you're flying on the ground, there are mountains, water and canyons on the land. The height is constantly changing. So the missile must have a ability to identify current terrain and adjust the flight altitude according to the current terrain. Anti-ship missiles modified into ground attack versions. It's not difficult actually. There are also precedents. Japan's Type 12 anti-ship attack missile. In fact, it has the ability to attack land targets. When the Japanese were developing the Type 12 anti-ship missile, the terrain matching system has been installed. Although it is nominally an anti-ship missile, but in fact it is no different from a cruise missile. It's just that because of the restrictions of the pacifist constitution, Japan, reluctant to overpromote assault weapons, you can say anti-ship missiles are for self-defense. Land attack cruise missile. It's a bit offensive in it. We can see this from the example of Japan's Type 12 missile, an anti-ship missile modified for land attack. It's not difficult actually. And Ukraine fully realized it within a year. Ukrainian improvements to Neptune missiles. Most likely at 2 o'clock. One is to install a terrain matching system. The second is to increase the range. Recently, Zelensky said, Ukraine's newly developed missile has a range of over 700 kilometers. A strike will be carried out in the heart of Russia. And officials from the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense also expressed to the war zone website, improved Neptune can attack cities such as Moscow. From Ukraine mainland to Moscow, that's a distance of 500 kilometers. This means that Neptune's version of the ground attack, the range is likely to be over 500 kilometers. What we know about previous Neptune anti-ship missiles. Its range does not exceed 300 kilometers. That is to say, on the basis of the anti-ship missile Neptune, Ukraine installs terrain matching system, allowing it to attack land targets. Also increases range. Greatly extended its strike range. Judging from the experience of the S400 being hit this time, Russian radar targets low-altitude targets. There are big deficiencies in detection capabilities. The S400 is currently Russia's most advanced weapon, unable to stop Neptune in Crimea. The same goes for Moscow. Can't stop Neptune. In the future, if Ukraine could mass-produce Neptune missiles, will attack the heart of Russia. More fatal blows. Over the past few months we have seen Ukraine uses a large number of drones every day. Attacks on Russian military bases and the capital Moscow. A few more months. Then it's not just drones. Ukraine will likely use a large number of cruise missiles. Airstrikes on Moscow. In order to insist on introducing Russia's S-400, Turkey. From the beginning of the war, Russia uses Iranian drones and its own caliber cruise missiles. Continuous airstrikes on Ukraine's capital Kiev. But there is a saying that reincarnation happens in this world. When you fought against Kiev, the Ukrainians will definitely give it back to you now. Muscovites may also have to face the day when missiles continue to strike. Russia's most powerful anti-aircraft weapon S-400 exploded by subsonic cruise missile Neptune. There are 2 countries in the world that have watched. I'm afraid I don't feel good about it. The first one is Turkey. In order to insist on introducing Russian S-400, kicked out of the F-35 fighter jet program by the United States. Not only can't we buy the most advanced fighter jets, even now, upgrade plan for old F-16 fighter jets also put on hold. This is a typical case of picking sesame seeds and losing watermelon. Air defense capabilities like the S-400. Why did you buy it from Turkey? I think now. I'm afraid Erdogan's intestines are full of regrets. Saw this news. I feel bad. Except Turkey. I'm afraid there's also the Chinese Communist Party. China spent 21.1 billion yuan. Purchased 6 battalions of S-400 missiles. This does not include the missile models with the longest range. Russia sells to China. The missile has a range of only 200 kilometers. China's air defense system completely depends on Russia, importing large quantities of anti-aircraft missiles from Russia and imitate. Since the 1990s, China has successively introduced 24 battalions of S-300s. This has become the main force of China's air defense system. In 2014, China spends another $3 billion. 6 battalions of S-400 anti-aircraft missiles purchased. You spent so much money. Imported weapons. Not even a subsonic cruise missile can intercept it. Taiwan's missile technology is far stronger than Ukraine's. At present, Taiwan has already mass-produced Xiongfeng 2, Xiongfeng 3, Xiongfeng 3 extended range version. Besides, there are also medium-range ground attack missiles. For example, Yunfeng, etc. The technical level of these missiles, not worse than Ukrainian Neptune. If the S-400 cannot even intercept Neptune, I think the CCP's air defense weapons intercept Xiongfeng 2 and Xiongfeng 3. I'm afraid it's not that easy. From another perspective, China introduces Russian S-300 and S-400. Really helpless. Because I don't have strong technical skills. Missiles from Western countries cannot be bought. These anti-aircraft missiles can only be imported from Russia and imitate them to develop their own version. But Russia is originally a paper tiger. How strong will your skills in imitating paper tigers be? Let's look at Russia. The most powerful cruiser Moskva was sunk by Neptune, known as the most powerful air defense system S-400. Not even Neptune flying at subsonic speed can intercept it. And the 40-year-old weapon Patriot. But it can intercept Russia's latest hypersonic missile Dagger. Whoever continues to promote the theory of doubting beauty, those 8 achievements are just telling lies with open eyes. Either stupid or bad. This is the Wealth Accumulation Channel. See you in the next episode.